What is up everybody, welcome back to another Doctor Who video here on my channel. Before this video begins, I just want to say a massive apology to anyone that has never seen my face before. I know it's hideous and normally I have it kind of cropped off, and I just decided, actually, do you know what, maybe it'll be easier if you can actually see my face and you can see the kind of silly faces that I'm pulling when I'm reviewing and doing whatever I do in my videos. So that being said, I am so sorry for the hideous, grotesque thing that is on my shoulders, but I can't do nothing about it. So let's take a look and see what we got in today's video. Today's video is all about Big Finish. I have two kind of parcels that arrived. One's arrived from Big Finish itself, and another, a friend of mine on Facebook. So we'll go through the CDs that I received from a friend on Facebook. I have already opened this package, but of course I want to share with you all the different CDs that I've got in this kind of bundle. So let's take a look. Okay, so here is the bundle of CDs. I will just work from the top and work my way down. Okay, so the first CD is a story called Singularity, featuring the 5th Doctor and Turlough. And then we have Patient Zero, featuring the Daleks and the 6th Doctor there. The next one is called The Next Life, and that is starring Paul McGann as the 8th Doctor. And then we have Unregenerate. There we go, another fascinating story with the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy. And then we have another Sylvester McCoy story, No Man's Land. And then we have a 5th Doctor story, The Butcher of Brisbane, and this one contains none other than Mr. Sin. That's pretty awesome. So that's an interesting story, I expect. We have another one called Circular Time with the 5th Doctor there and Nyssa. And then we have a Jago and Lightfoot story. Nearly dropped it, there we go. Never listened to any Jago and Lightfoot stories, but I really want to, so that's one of the reasons why I kind of opted to get one of these. I don't know which order to listen to them in. I probably should just buy season 1 and start from the beginning, but maybe I'll get around to doing that. This one is called The Return of the Web Planet, so that's a pretty interesting story, I expect. I'm guessing it's got everything to do with the Web Planet and The Return. Then we have the Genocide Machine, featuring one of my favourite Dalek designs, and I will get back to that Dalek design later on in this video. I'll be sure to tell you about all of that. Then we have the Eye of the Scorpion, another 5th Doctor story, featuring Perry, this time Nicola Bryant. And then we have the Lost Stories series. This is the Nightmare Fair. This is one of the stories that would have been in Colin Baker's season or serial of Doctor Who, but unfortunately it was cancelled. And it's an utter shame because this would have featured the Celestial Toymaker himself. Then we have A Trail of the White Worm, featuring the Master and 4th Doctor, and also probably somebody else. Nobody else is on the front cover, but I'm expecting, there we go, Louise Jameson, Leela, is in that story. Then we have an unearthly, no, say that again. And then we have An Earthly Child, a bit of play on words there. And then we have a story called The King Maker, 5th Doctor Peter Davison. And then we have another 5th Doctor story called The Gathering. There we go, that looks interesting Cyberman story, that one. And then we have the Juggernauts, which features Daleks and Davros and also Mechanoids. Now some of these discs I've actually doubled up on because these were bought as a kind of bundle, so there are a few stories here that I'm remembering. Hang on a minute, I've already got this. The Juggernauts being one of those. And then we've got a box set called Unit Assembled. There we go, it's quite a deep box set. You've got four discs, and there's all sorts of things going on here, but we've got Casey Manning, we've got John Levine, and we've even got good old Richard Franklin as well. So that's going to be quite an interesting listen. Right, that is all the stories from my good friend on Facebook, so thank you very much for supplying me with all these lovely Big Finish stories. Now, let's get on to the Big Finish unboxing. Okay, so I promised you there'd be an unboxing in this video, and this is the box that I will be unboxing. It is full of Big Finish CDs. There is one CD in here that I've actually already listened to on download because I just couldn't wait to receive it. And I'll get to that in just a little bit. Okay, I had forgotten just how many CDs I'd ordered, but again, there's 1.5 boxes here full of CDs. So let's do the half empty or half full box first, and I'll show you exactly what I've got inside that box. So, without further ado, I'm just gonna pop this down here before it all falls down and goes bang. There we go, literally running out of space in this collection room. I'm having to put my foot in the box. So inside the box here we have a fantastic. There's only one actual kind of thing in this box, and here it is. It is called Doctor Who: The Legacy of Time. Now, I decided to buy this because I watched the trailer for it on Facebook and I was really pumped and excited. So there it is, The Legacy of Time. This is a limited edition, and this is number 3798 of 4,000. So it's a very high number in the range. We've got all sorts here. We've got the 3rd Doctor all the way up to the 8th Doctor with all the companions. From what I've seen online in the reviews, it's kind of like several stories all kind of like interlinked, and it all becomes kind of part of a grand finale. So I'm really, really excited about listening to all of that. Now, I can tell you the running time of the entire disc here is 480 minutes. Now that is a lot of time listening to Big Finish. So really glad to have this. This is to celebrate 20 years of Big Finish, which is quite incredible when you really think about it. That's really been going quite some time now. Right then, so the last kind of package here, and as you can see, is absolutely full to the brim of CDs. So let's just take them out and have a look. Okay, so the very first story I'm going to pull out of this box, I'm pulling this one out on purpose because I've already listened to it on the downloadable, well, basically, cut a long story short, you buy a CD on Big Finish, you can either buy it as download, and for an extra couple of quid you can buy it as CD. Now, me being the old-fashioned kind of guy I am, I like to have the tangible object as well. So what happens is you buy the CD for the extra couple of quid, but you also get the download. So I downloaded the story, listened to it, and I was really, really blown away, really impressed. That story was Emissary of the Daleks. Now, this contains the 6th Doctor and Perry, and I think Perry and the 6th Doctor in audio are fantastic together. And it also includes the lovely, you can just about see him there, I believe, the Supreme Dalek from, well, I would say it's from Planet of the Daleks, but he is fantastic. The story itself is definitely worth listening to, and take it from me, I have literally only really just got into Big Finish. I've listened to 3 stories now. I've listened to the Juggernauts, I've listened to Red Dawn, and now I've listened to Emissary of the Daleks, and I can tell you what, it is amazing. If the rest of Big Finish is as good as this, I seriously am excited about listening to the whole back catalogue and all the future releases that will come our way very soon. So now let's get on to the rest of the CDs in this box. In no particular order, we have Destiny of the Doctor. There we go. This one is called Babel Sphere. You can just about see that there, I hope. And then we have another Destiny of a Doctor called Smoke and Mirrors. These are all part of the same series, obviously called Destiny of the Doctors. We have Shockwave, and that's featuring the 7th Doctor there. And then we have another Destiny of a Doctor featuring the 6th Doctor, Trouble in Paradise. And we have one final Destiny of a Doctor featuring the 8th Doctor, and it's called Enemy Aliens. I think all enemies are aliens, or all aliens are enemies, something like that. And what else have we got here? We've got the Doctor Who stage plays, 7 Keys to Doomsday. That'll be an interesting listen, I'm sure. Then we have Curse of the Daleks, which is another stage play story. There we go. And then we move on to Dalek Empire. Now, these are a bit random because I've got here part 2 and I've also got part 4. Unfortunately, the other parts weren't available to buy as CDs, but they were available to buy as downloads. So I have to listen to them in some sort of order so I know just what on earth is going on. And keeping with something quite similar, it's the Cybermen. This time I have got Cyberman Part 3 Conversion and Cyberman Part 4 Telos. So parts 1 and 2 again I have to download, and we'll listen to those at some point. Then we have a unit series story called Time Heals. By the way, comment down below if you've listened to any of these audios and tell me which ones I should listen to first. Then we have Dalek Empire, which is a series I'm really quite excited about. This is chapter 6, so no particular order here. Then we also have another one, chapter 5, there it is. And then we've got chapter 4, we're going backwards in time here it would seem. And then we have chapter 3, there we go. We got Dalek War, Dalek Empire, chapter 1. So these are in a bit of a strange order, I do apologise. Dalek War Empire 2, there we go. Chapter 3, so they're obviously kind of spin-off series of each individual kind of thing, and I'm babbling now, but anyway. The next one I have here is the Exelis Audio Adventures. There we go. Looks interesting to say the least. You've got all 3 Doctors from 5 up to 7. And then we have another Daleks Empire. This is called Death to the Daleks, and It might just be me, but Death to a Dalek sounds like a story that I've already seen but not heard. And then we have another Cyberman story. This is Telos again. Have I already bought this one? Yes I have. Oops. So I have 2 Teloses. And I've got Dalek Empire, Chapter 6 again. Oops. Nothing like buying the same CD more than once in the same transaction. And we have Unit again. Oops. Time Heals. So there we have lovely picture of Nicholas Courtney there at the back who played the Brigadier. So unfortunately there's a couple of CDs then, but I must have doubled up on. Silly me, I'm always making mistakes like that. These were on offer, they didn't cost very much at all. I believe they were about £3 or £4 per CD, which is an absolute bargain. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up this video, you guys. Again, apologies for the ugly mug that sits on my shoulders. If I could regenerate and change it, I most certainly would, but until then, this body of mine isn't wearing thin, I suppose, so I've still got a few more years left in it, hopefully. And yeah, I'm babbling now, so I will see you all again in another video. And those videos will be coming at you very soon because they're going to be all about the new B&M sets that have finally hit the shelves. And I've managed to get all of them now, so I'm really happy. And I will be kind of showing you my collection, my army building collection. It's going to be, hopefully, as good as I can make it anyway. So until then, take care, and I will see you all again soon in another video. Goodbye for now.